It's Saturday, April 16th, 2016, and I'm at my mom and dad's house. It's about 5 days till the estate sale, and everything goes. Um, hmm. So I'm going to make this video for posterity, probably more for my daughters than anything, but anyone else that's watching might be interested just to see some of the cool stuff that my parents had. My parents were collectors, and I don't know. I'm a bit the opposite nowadays. I can't stand clutter. I am a pack rat. I got that gene from my dad, but I don't know. I can appreciate the beauty of everything in here, but I didn't keep much. I kept a toolbox and a couple of tools and a few little thises and that's and some photo albums, and that's about it. Just I'd grown up in this house, and you'll see what I mean. It changes you, you know. Makes you kind of prefer simple. But yeah, Amy and Lorelai, if you're watching this, I hope you enjoy it. Seeing where your daddy grew up. The house is going up for sale in 6 or 8 weeks here, so she's gonna go bye-bye. I wanted to get this video before everything clears out, because it won't be the same taking a video of the empty house. So without further ado, here goes the walkthrough. Alright, I'm starting with the front room. Now everything is staged for the estate sale, so it wasn't necessarily all like this all the time, but you know, I mean, for the most part these chairs and tables were all here. And some of the artwork was on the wall, but a lot of it's been consolidated. That corner thing wasn't there, but that chair was, and those chairs were. Some Victorian stuff, some newer stuff. You know, I always told my parents I wish they would have sold this stuff back 20 years ago when it was at the peak of its value. Now it's not worth as much as it used to be. So, a lot of comments about this piece. It's really interesting looking. I think that's maybe too cheap. About 50 bucks he's got on it. It's pretty interesting. This is a stereograph. You could put those pictures inside there. This is old school 3D. This is a neat kind of Asian table. $485. My realtor is interested in that, so I'll let her know. So yeah, I was never allowed in this room. We never came in through this door. We never used it growing up. We always went through the kitchen. So basically this room was only, you're only allowed to go from here into there. I always said it was like growing up in the Smithsonian. It's rough being a kid that loves to touch everything, but you can't touch anything. Like that. Hallway. This bathroom was redone in the 90s. And apparently my mom liked wallpaper. Beautiful countertop and stuff, but I got a great picture. This is a Whirlpool tub. I got a great picture of my mom. If I could hunt it down, I'll stick it in right here. Yeah, she tried to clean out the Whirlpool tub with dish soap. Oh yeah. So yeah, you know, this stuff was all here, but it's staged now. So I mean, you can imagine there was a lot of stuff just piled in corners and such. Look at all this glassware. Pretty unbelievable. Try to get a close up. This, wow, this is beautiful. It's gold. All the clear stuff. Got some China, Oriental stuff. Some, that's called Flow Blue. My mom collected that for a lot of years. There's some more Flow Blue in other places in the house. I think this is called Carnival Glass by Fenton, if I recall. I'm not real well versed on the glassware. Some cranberry. I think that's also Fenton. Some beautiful things. Some jade green. Some blue, some milk glass. I think these are Fire King. I don't know how to tell. No, they must not be Fire King because there's only 12 for $20. If it was Fire King, it'd be worth a lot more than that. This is a neat piece. I guess this is kind of rare. Roseville Jardinier. My dad's Navy military uniform. Dad was a Navy corpsman. He was he worked in physical therapy. I think he was out in San Diego rehabilitating officers that came back from Vietnam. That was his job. And this is some kind of lodge. Oh, I can't find the white switch. Yeah, that's a lodge uniform. I don't know if that's his. And then there's another navy blues from him. All right, this is the bedroom that my brother and I grew up in. We shared this room until we added on the addition, which was probably when I was about 7 or 8 years old. Got some musical instruments here. My brother and I both played euphonium. This one was his, I believe, in high school. So, I won't spend too much time looking at everything in detail. You can always pause it if there's something you want to see in more detail. But this paint job, I did that in high school with sponge. My mom's idea. Okay, that's the front of the house. Here's the dining room. Got a lot of Flow Blue and Cobalt Blue over there. That's what my mom collected earlier. Like when I was in middle school. Younger. Middle school and younger. And she got into other stuff when I got in like high school age and older. Some clocks for you. Pillsbury Doughboy. My mom went through a Miss Piggy phase. Some housewares. It's I think it's called Carnival Glass. That was what we used for our dishes. So yeah, the house ended here until we put the addition on. So it was 2 bedrooms and there was no dining room. There was just this, the TV and the couch and stuff were in this room. And we had a little dining table right here in the middle. You had to go around to get to the kitchen. It was pretty tight. My parents, my dad, he came up from nothing. They were very poor when he was young. Accomplished a lot. So this is the addition. This is the living room. Got a slot machine. That one gets a lot of interest. Most expensive thing in here, I think. Let me see if I can get some lights on. Not a lot of light, but it helps. Mom has had that cow forever. It was always in the bathroom. There was the china that we used when I was growing up. Later in life, Mom and Dad had their computer here. And then they had that couch here. And they had their TV over here. Really nice addition. I really like this Victrola over here. It's a really nice piece. Thought about keeping that. This piece of art, Mom bought on a cruise ship, and Dad was so pissed off because it was like $1,200. Now it's for sale for $195. Oh, Dad was pissed. That was hilarious. We were at one of those auctions, art auctions on the ship. So this was Dad's man cave. He spent an inordinate amount of time in here. I'm not kidding. He would spend hours in here. Now, obviously, all this junk's been pulled out of the drawers and stuff to put it for sale, but all that stuff was in those drawers. It was pretty crowded in here. And then this is the additional bedroom that my brother took when the addition was put on. And he lived here until he was about 30. Really beautiful bed there. I'm kidding, about 30. But I think he stayed here till he was like 24 or something. I wonder if that was Dad's. I don't know. I don't think he did sports. All right, I'm going to pause it. We'll go to part 2.